What is up, Kool Katz of the Interwebz? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of your favorite podcast, the Pre-Review Crew. This time for November and December of 2025. We are finally at the end of the year. Before we hop into the games, let me introduce our cast of characters. We have Brennan
Hello.
and we have Mike.
So
Okay, so let's kick it back to November. We are going to uh, review the games that we spoke about for that month. So we're going to start it off with Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. It is a roguelike RPG action adventure game. It was developed by Digital Sun and published by 11-Bit Studio. Came out on PC, Xbox Series S, and X on November 19th. It's averaging about an 8, it seems. It has no top critic average or percentage of critics recommending.
it's only got like 6 reviews on OpenCritic.
It does, but I checked before, and it has very positive reviews on Steam. I don't know how many exact, but I think it's like a decent amount. 637. It's not a lot, but like it just came out. I don't know. A lot of I feel like I'm like hallucinating because I remember looking at this the other day. And I remember like the reviews being like just all right, but now that I'm looking at it, it's like very positive and it's averaging, decently well. So like I'm curious. I should have read into this more to be honest, because like I was a really big fan of the first one. And I just really haven't like looked much into this one. Um, but I do see like some people complaining about how it's just in early access and there's like not a lot of content at the moment, which is like fine. It's to be expected. It's early access. But most people on the whole are just saying that it's generally just an improvement over the first game and that they enjoy the art style, which I totally see. I do like how it was like part of me thought that the first game's art style was charming, but there's something nice about this. I think it's a nice little switch up, I guess.
Yeah, from what I'm reading, excuse me. From what I'm reading, people are saying it's a lot better than the first one. Which I mean, like you said, the game's in early access. Expect, bugs, expect technical issues, to expect, things changing when the game does come out. But the fact that this is getting, I'm looking at the reviews that are on OpenCritic, it's getting like 8.5s for an early access game. That's good. So I mean, this is really showing it's got a lot of promise. Maybe one I'll check out when it actually does drop officially. But for an early access game from a series a lot of people haven't heard about before, that says something.
I didn't see this game advertised anywhere, like at all. And I'm wondering if that's due to like budget or what exactly. Um, but I feel like if this game was marketed better, I think it would have more reviews, and I think it. Uh, I mean, it seems to average right around. Point of the story is market your damn games because this game is cute, and I feel like more people would have played it if they knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, this is giving me like I don't know. It's reminding me of a game that I've played before. Um oh, it reminds me of fucking what's it called? Cult of the Lamb without the cult part. But it's cute.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, same.
I don't know. Part of me really wants to at least like try it. I don't know. I'm just a fan of like the whole like just the game loop. I think that it's a roguelike at heart, but I think what makes it different from everything else is that it like you run a shop in between. Like you, as you're running through the dungeons, you get loot and different like various objects that you at the end of your run you take back the next day, and you open up your shop and you put them out on like display or whatever, and then you have during the day customers come in and will buy your stuff, and then you take that money and use it to upgrade, to do better runs or whatever. I think it's just a very different way to do typical roguelikes, and I'm just generally I'm a big fan, and like I'm glad that it's doing well. And to Mike's point, because it's doing so well as an early access title, like I can't wait to see what the full release is like. I feel like it's only going to get better. So it seems very promising.
I like even the trailer release window trailer that I linked only has 12,000 views and 27 comments. Like it's a super cute game. And honestly, like I don't play a lot of games like this. Cult of the Lamb I really played because I really wanted to just run a cult. But I think this is really cute and I would definitely play this. I'm not gonna go out of my way to buy it, but if it ended up on sale or free through like Steam or Epic, I mean, I would definitely pick it up. But it's just really cute, and I wish like I saw more advertising on it because I think it would do really well if they pushed it out a bit more. Next, we are going to talk about Kirby Air Riders. Why do I always want to call it Kirby Air Raiders, as if fucking Kirby turned into um like a World War II like airplane or a World War One, like those big hot air balloons.
The Zeppelins.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like seeing Kirby Air and then me saying Raiders makes me think of Zeppelins. But anyway, it's Kirby Air Riders. It's a racing game. It's developed by Bandai Namco and published by Nintendo. Of course, it came out only on the Switch, November 20th. 81 top critic average with 90% of critics recommending.
So this one, I don't want to say it's better than Mario Kart. It's more. It just has a more interesting take than Mario. Because I mean, Mario Kart. You play Mario Kart, you already know what to expect. But I feel that this game uh, really does change a few things up, and it's good. I mean, it's got pretty good reviews. Some people don't like, you know, they don't like the control system, which I understand. That's the control system is a bit different than your typical racer game, but it offers a lot of ideas. There's more more options than just racing. There's actual like combat and bosses to take on with other people. Between matches, you get power ups for your next race and stuff like that. Like it. If you're tired of Mario Kart and you want to race on your Switch, this does a pretty good job of providing that. It's going to take some getting used to, and some people don't like it, I'm seeing, but I mean, from what I've seen and the brief time I've had with it, it's really fun.
I um I have no thoughts.
It's Kirby Haley, your favorite video game character of all time.
That's actually Bayonetta. Get it right.
Ooh, sexy.
To be honest, I also agree. I don't have much to say. I never played the original, um, and generally, like I'm not like I don't really play a lot of racing games, but I am glad that it is uh, doing well. I did notice. I did read something about the controls. What exactly what's wrong with them? Like
No acceleration button. It just accelerates on its own.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Is there like a deceleration button?
Nope.
That's weird. So what, you just steer?
Yeah.
That's fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah, there's a jump button. Um, you can brake and charge like you can in Mario Kart, but there's no actual acceleration button.
I see, and like that kind of pisses me off because like I want to be able to accelerate and like brake so I can, try to Tokyo drift around those damn corners. But if you're not letting me do that, then what is the point of a racing game?
And you see the problem some people are having.
Like, let me live out my dreams of, Tokyo drifting a corner as Kirby, totally just smacking myself into the wall because can I actually drift? Absolutely not.
Oh, you can drift. Like I said, it's like Mario Kart. You hit the brake, and you're able to just drift along the course.
Hmm. I want to play as Rick. That's the only person I want to play as.
You can, yeah.
The hamster.
That's all my brother plays as is Rick.
That's a solid dude right there. I mean, it's cool. Racing games are cool. I don't play them because the only time I'll play them is like in like a group setting because
Mhm.
I get bored of them so quickly. So like I personally would never spend my money on it, but if I like my boyfriend likes racing games, if he's playing it and he's like, "Hey, do you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like the same for party games like Jackbox. The only reason why you buy Jackbox games is to play those with your friends.
Yeah.
When you're 6 shots in, actually, I don't know who can take 6 shots. 3 shots in,
And
and you just want to make lewd comments about everything.
yeah, like I feel that's a thing with a lot of like the Nintendo like sports games, you know, or the Nintendo or like Mario Party. You play them when you're with other people. Kirby, it's fun when it's with other people because, like I said, there's more than just racing. Like there are boss battles where it's just a giant like boss, and you and a team of a bunch of other racers got to take it down. Um, it's fun with other people. Uh, and honestly, I will be honest. I think a lot of what's driving me to like this game so much is nostalgia because the first one came out what like 2003. It's been over 20 years. I've been wanting a sequel for this since the first one came out. A couple years after the first one came out. So that could be fueling why I like it so much. But at the same time, like I said, it's unique. I look at every other racing game out there right now. None of them play like Air Riders, and I think that's a good thing. I want to see people take chances with games, and that's what's happening here. Is uh the guy that makes these games, Sakurai. I'm glad he's willing to do something different. I'm done glazing this game, so.
Yeah, sure.
Why don't you glaze me like you glaze Kirby?
Hey, yo, anyway, we're moving on. Next game we're going to talk about is Constance. It's a 2D Metroidvania and platformer developed by BTF and published by Byte Rockers Games. It came out on Switch, PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X on the 24th. I say these numbers with lots of surprise. It has a 84 top critic average with 100%. You heard that right. 100. 100 with the percent sign. Critics recommending.
I remember we were talking about this and we were curious.
I honestly like I'm so like extremely surprised. Like I expected the 84. That's where I expected. I didn't expect
Oh,
for the whole 100% of critics to recommend. Like that's just insane. Like this game is gorgeous. The plot it talks about is so heavy nowadays, and I feel like sometimes it can be hard to put mental health into a video game in a way that is like constructive and meaningful and impactful. And I feel like Senua's Sacrifice, or yeah, like Hellblade, that does a great way of talking about mental health in a very, very deep and different aspect. And if you're not into something like that, I think this is definitely going to be for you. It's a little more lighthearted, um, but still extremely serious. And the main character is doing something that she loves, which is art, to battle her depression and get her out of this um, deep, I don't want to say funk, but like this deep hole that she has found herself in. And I think that's great. And I think it's amazing. And the art style is great. And I love the premise. And it's so gorgeous. And oh, this game. I just, I need I do plan on picking up this game, and I don't play like Metroidvanias or platformers because I'm just not very good at them. But this is one that I do plan on picking up.
I was expecting on average like a 7 out of 10 for this. Looking at the top critic average, I expected it to be somewhere in the 70s. But this, for a smaller game, it I'm glad it's doing well because like you said, like that art style and the gameplay, it just looks beautiful. It looks like, I'm mentally ill, so just watching the story of this and how they're presenting the issue, it's just an amazing thing. And so I'm glad it's doing well, because it's taking a topic a lot of people are scared of talking about and just putting it onto gamers like no, 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 this is what it's like. And so I'm happy this is doing well because it's like it's bringing attention to something that needs attention.
It's so gorgeous. I love it so much. Brennan.
I am very happy with this. I think that okay. I'm obviously I'm going to echo the whole mental health angle. We can all agree that it's uncommon, but it's nice when it happens, and it's nice when it's done well. Um, that being said, I also think like from just it also looks great. The art style is really cool. But I think it's also from like a Metroidvania standpoint, I'm kind of curious. I haven't really seen many people complain about the difficulty. So part of me wonders if this is like a good alternative to people that like wanted to play Silk Song or Hollow Knight but had a difficult time with it. And so like this is a game that they can play instead that's not as difficult, but still has that same Metroidvania feeling. And like that art style, that's just constantly like hand drawn the entire time. You know what I mean? Only because again, I haven't seen anything talk about the difficulties, so I'm thinking maybe that's a good entryway.
And I will say, as somebody who doesn't play Metroidvania platformers, one of the biggest turnoffs for me is just the difficulty. And, like, of course, I want to challenge myself, but I never want to challenge myself with a video game to the point where I'm like, I find this too difficult. I never want to touch it again. So I think like if this is not necessarily like easy, but easy with like a touch of difficult, this would definitely be something for me or anybody like me that wants a simple yet a bit challenging Metroidvania game to play.
No, yeah, totally agreed. I'm really shocked about, not like shocked about the scores, but um, I'm glad that it's doing well.
I wish that I wish this got nominated for a game award.
It
Maybe that's
didn't.
it did?
It didn't.
No, it didn't.
Oh, I figured with like art style or something.
Well, that's what I was hoping for, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. Um and I mean, I'm just saying that because I think the game is pretty, but and a lot of very gorgeous games came out this year. Um
That is
but
true. Yeah,
and I also don't know what their cutoff date is.
I'm checking right now, but
But while Mike checks on that, let's kick it over to upcoming games for December, our preview portion. There we go. So the first game that we're going to talk about is one that I picked, which honestly, not a lot of games coming out for December, and y'all know I'm not big into horror games. Like, I find them cool. Will I play them? Absolutely not. But I saw this one and I went, we got to talk about it. It's called Sleep Awake. It's a first person horror narrative game developed by Eyes Out LLC and published by Bloomhouse Studios. That is right. The movie house has a game publisher section now. I don't know what to call them. They have a couple games out. And they're all horror-esque. They're all really cool. It's coming out on PC on December 2nd. So I saw this and I was like, we have to talk about it. We just have to talk about it. It's a psychedelic horror game that is set in the future, and people um are the last like bit of humanity is in this one last city on Earth, and people are disappearing in their sleep. So people are doing like reckless experiments to like try to stay awake so they don't like fall asleep and things like that. And you follow this one girl as she's trying to like save herself and like the people that rely upon her, and it just looks so cool. It looks so good. And it just, I don't know. It's like the visual aspect and like everything is just like, uh, neat. So neat.
Okay, so normally, as we all know by now, Brendan is not a fan of horror games. That being said, though, this looks extremely interesting. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even know how to begin to describe it. I'm looking at I'm watching the trailer now too, and the in the description it says it's headed by Spec Ops: The Line's Corey Davis, and it's like, okay, if anybody from the Spec Ops: The Line team is working on this, you know this shit's gonna be good. And I've never played Spec Ops: The Line, but I've heard his praises for years now, and it's like that's at least from a writing perspective, it's like that's I'm assuming it's the writer too. I could be wrong, but anyone that's even working on it is really cool. This looks insane, like absolutely crazy.
I'm getting like a feeling of a lot of the horror games that are out for a while, like Outlast and stuff like that. Um, Even though
Yeah,
this has a better narrative, like the story of this seems better than Outlast. I think that's like the main draw for this is just the story and the environment. Is pushing away from games that you usually see like this, and so it is a more interesting thing where yeah, this is going to be scary, but I got a feeling you'll also play for the story, which I like.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I mean, and this when you said that it reminds you of Outlast, the first thing I thought of when I was watching the trailer was Amnesia. It's, like this looks like just a way better version of Amnesia.
Oh, exactly. That's like the first thing I thought of, and then I read the actual like synopsis for the game.
Yeah, no, it just I don't know. It looks really good.
It looks really cool, and I'm quite curious to learn more about it, like once it actually comes out, because it's like, are we fully narrative? Like, are we sort of just walking through this game and like experiencing things, or is there actually going to be like some combat? Are we going to hide? Are we going to have to like beat up enemies? Like, I sort of want more on the gameplay, but visually this game looks fucking crazy. And like I'm so like I'm really excited. And like again, I don't play horror games. I prefer to watch them. Um and depending on how the gameplay is for this, I might actually pick it up. Like I truly want to play this game. Um but it just depends on that gameplay.
Mhm. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you could have the best story in the world, but bad gameplay can really ruin that.
I also like, and it's first person, and I don't play a lot of first person games because that's not my favorite perspective. But horror games in first person, oh hell no. Nope. That listen, you put a horror game in first person, I think that's the scariest shit ever. Like, because I put myself in that character's perspective, and I am just scared. Like, I would rather my character stand there and just die over and over again than me have to sit there and play a horror game in first person. Like, that's just scary.
That's kind of concerning.
Uh it's just the way my brain works, you know? Horror games are very spoopy, but anyway, I'm really excited for this game. Bloomhouse also has I got one of their other games free on Epic. I'm trying to find it, but I can't. My Epic's not working. Um,
The Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm on Bloomhouse's website, and I'm like, their Five Nights at Freddy's 2 comes out soon.
yeah, they do the Five Nights. Oh, Fear the Spotlight. They did Fear the Spotlight is another game that they did where you have to like avoid you're two girls and you have to like avoid this like spotlight monster. There's also another one on Steam that I have that we played, but we didn't fully understand it. I forget what it's called, but
Eyes of Hellfire.
yes, that game is so good, but you have to strategically, like it's like D&D, my dudes. It's D&D but horror. Like you guys really need to like talk and plan everything out because you can't defeat the monsters by yourself. You have to work with everybody and you have to stay close. Um but that is another one, and it's received quite a few updates. We played it when it first came out, and it's really good. We plan on playing it again, but I really like that one too. Um, so, after I'm done kissing Bloomhouse's butt, which I am seeing Five Nights at Freddy's too, I kind of
Yeah,
want one.
my little sisters are gonna drag me to that one.
I kind of want one of the popcorn buckets, but I don't feel like spending $50 on it. They're probably expensive.
They
Um,
are.
But anyway, let's kick it over to Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's an action adventure shooting game. It's developed by Retro Studios and published by Nintendo, coming out on the Switch and the Switch 2 on December 4th.
So I'm not too big on the first person aspect. I prefer third person a lot better. Just I don't know why, I just do. Um, and so I remember when the first Metroid Prime came out, that like I was kind of scared. Oh, I mean I was a lot younger, but I was still kind of scared. Like it was gonna be like Call of Duty or something, um, which I didn't like at the time. But I mean, it was probably one of the best Nintendo games I've ever played. Fast forward, it's been what, 20 years. Metro Prime 4 is coming out, which I've been waiting for a long time, and it looks amazing. Like, I want to save it for Switch 2 now because it's on the Nintendo. I forgot it's on the regular Nintendo Switch. Haley just said that and I wasn't paying attention to her.
Typical.
But this just looks amazing. It's still Metroid Prime, it's still the first person. The HUD is Samus's visor, um, which is really cool. And they added a motorcycle. Now, she could turn into a morph ball before, but now she's got like this badass motorcycle too. And it looks really cool. And I think this is a great way for Nintendo fans to end the year as we're closing out, especially those who have a Nintendo Switch 2 who want a game to play on that. This is, even though it's on the original Switch, this would be a good one to pick up for Switch 2 because it looks a lot better on that console. And I think this is just Nintendo ending the year with a bang. A game we've been waiting like 8 years for. So.
Brennan, how do you feel?
You know, it's one of those things, right, where like I feel like we've seen, how many years has it been since they first flashed this?
It's been years. I think it was canceled at one point, if I remember correctly. It was either canceled or like severely delayed.
Yeah, because I remember that because it was like they. Yeah, you're right. I vaguely remember they were like, Metroid Prime 4 is like not up to Nintendo standards or whatever. Like we're gonna have to like relook at this.
Yeah.
Um, it's just one of the, first off, it's really surreal that it's actually happening. Second, I'm like so, anything that's announced like years prior, and especially something that's like highly sought after. I'm like really, to be completely honest with you, I'm kind of worried. I mean, I know it's going to be good, probably, but like part of me is kind of worried that it's not going to quite hit expectations. You know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
again, that's just pure speculation. That's someone that's never played any of the Metroid Prime games. Like I've tried to play them when I was a wee little lad, like on the GameCube. I think I played Metroid. I think I played the first one. I don't remember. I rented it forever ago. Um, and like, do you remember that? Do you remember renting video games?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I played so many video games when I was a kid.
Dude, same. Oh my god, Hollywood Video, shout out, rest in peace. Um, yeah, that's like my only concern. But outside of that, though, it does look really cool. I can't really say much because again, I'm not really like familiar with Trade Prime at all, so I can't give any hard opinions. But like, I don't know. I'm hoping I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that it exceeds expectations, right? Like or at least
Yeah.
meets them, right?
That's the thing. I've played all three games multiple times. I think they're proof that Nintendo can do shooters.
The one thing
And
that is weird. Sorry, keep going.
I was gonna say, and I looked it up. They announced this game in 2017.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Can I say
Yeah.
something that's probably controversial?
No.
No.
I'm saying it anyway. It looks like this is a game from 2017.
Yeah.
You know, I was like I would have disagreed with you until I saw the motorcycle open world bit. Um Like I think outside of that, like it looks fine. But then I was watching like the when Mike mentioned the motorcycle bit, I didn't really. To be honest with you, I had no idea about that. So I watched the trailer, the part of the trailer where that's there, and I'm just like, what is the point of this? Why did they do this? Like, well, what do you get out of? I mean, like it's cool, like the bike is cool and stuff, but I'm like, did you really? Did we need that?
Like it don't get me wrong. It looks cool. I like the whole like helmet thing. It's giving me like Halo vibes if that makes sense. But
I
game
can see that. Yeah.
gameplay wise like the graphics just don't look there. And I don't know if it's just because this is a Switch game. Um and I'm sort of expecting better graphics. Um but yeah, like this is giving me 2017 vibes.
Okay.
And we're
I mean,
only watching a trailer from 10 days ago.
probably because I mean it is coming out on the original Switch, so they have it can't be too demanding.
Yeah.
I get that, but then at the same exact time, I'm almost like so I guess it's like the same argument that I get when Xbox is forcing um people to put their game on both consoles and not just one. So you're going to hinder the better performing PC to cater to the lower one. And it's just like why? Like I understand a lot of people still have their Switch. Like a lot
Mhm.
of I feel like a lot of people have not upgraded in this fucking day and age, like where you got that money at, even though everybody's going feral for the fucking Steam machine. But that's a different story. Um but it's like I don't know. I'm not a big Nintendo person. I
Mm.
am Sony or PC. But I guess I just want better for Nintendo, especially
Mhm.
when I don't know. I just want better. Like come on. Like you can do better. They do have quality mode. Here we go. You can do 4K at 60 frames per second or performance mode 1080p at 120 frames per second. So, the game footage is shown in quality mode with HDR not enabled. But still,
Okay.
to me, it's giving 2017. Mm. Anyway, that's just me. I mean, maybe it'll be different. Maybe it'll actually turn out gorgeous. But uh, I don't know. I just feel like it's being held back. But Haley's going to stop rambling about things that she barely even knows. And we're going to talk about Octopath Traveler Zero. It's a role playing 2D game. It's developed by Doki Doki Grooveworks and published by Square Enix. It's coming out on Switch, Switch 2, PS4, PS5, PC, Xbox Series S and X on December 4th, the same day as Metroid Prime. So if you're like, oh my god, Haley is so right, Metroid Prime looks like it came out in 2017, I don't want to waste my money on that, you can play Octopath Traveler Zero.
Oh, you think Metroid looked like it came out in 2017?
Hey now.
Okay, so like, yeah, I think that I was reading about that a bit. People were a bit not as happy because apparently like Octopath Traveler 1 looked great for the time, right? But I think that Octopath Traveler 2 made a lot of adjustments. I guess mostly to like the lighting and like the I guess like the bloom effects. I'm not really sure, but I know that it does look better.
Mhm.
And so I think that people were a little taken back when um, Zero looks like an almost like an in between between one and two, which is almost like a step back. But I don't know. I don't really think it's like the worst thing of all time.
No, it looks really charming. The art style gives it like
And no,
because I get the whole thing between 1 and 2, but 0 is like for me looking at the other games, this is a good I don't want to say compromise. This is like a good place for the series to have landed.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I do think that it's I don't know. There's just something about like I think it's more of just like the game itself that I think is really interesting. I mean, we there's been two Octopath Travelers, and again, I love them. I really want to play the second one, but just the overall concepts of them, I think, are great. But that being said, you know, um, I think that this one does enough differently. The fact that you get to create your own character, and that you get to create your own town from the ground up, I think is just so vastly different from the other two that I think it makes like it warrants paying attention to. Um, it's just I don't know, it's just really interesting. I'm like really looking forward to this.
Honestly, like I wanted to play the first Octopath Traveler, and then I looked more into it, and I was like, I don't think this is a game that I would actually enjoy. This though, you put town creation in there, you put farming in there. Sign me up. Sign me up. I'll be right there. I will be right there. I don't care if like the gameplay isn't for me. You put farming in there and town building, yo, I'll figure it out. I might die a lot or play it on like an easy mode if there is such a thing, but like I'm in there. I am in there like swimwear.
Haley's gonna make her boyfriend do all the combat stuff, and then she's just gonna play the farming bits.
Yeah. Honey, I need lumber. Can you go out into the world and get me some lumber, please? That
um.
that's kind of what we do in Cult of the Lamb. I
Oh
kind
really?
of he's like don't spam your magic button. And I'm like, "But that just kills all the people instantly." And then we get back and then I sit there for like a good 10 minutes and like rearrange our cult and everything. He's like, "Are you done now?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Um. I only played a part of the first Octopath. 'Cause I remember when he came out. I don't care how old I get. I don't care how many years pass. The pixelated, original RPG art style is always gonna look good to me. So I remember when the first one came out and I saw that kind of art style, I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna try it. Also, it's Square Enix. I've been playing their games since when Final Fantasy VII come out, like '96. It's been 30
Damn.
years. Yes, I'm old. So the first one kind of caught my eye because of that art style. I just love that art style. And looking at this, it's like Haley said, there is like the farming and town building, and then there's just like the cool combat, the way it moves is just awesome. So this is one of those RPGs where it's like I'm looking at this and December's Christmas, so it's like Christmas present to myself. Octopath Traveler Zero, like
And I will say the art style is what made me want to play the first Octopath Traveler. Um Again, it was the combat that was what turned me off of it cuz I'm just not good at that type of combat. Um but it's that cute little like chibi pixelated art style that I was like, "Oh shit. That's really cute. I really like that." And I like the way that they do it too. Like it has that like 3D effect to it. That is just so neat.
yeah, all the environments look 3D, and you got your
Mhm.
little two people running on them.
We need more 2.5D games. That's like really cool.
Oh yeah.
I third that. But I wonder if this is hard. Like I wonder if this is harder than making something 2D or making something 3D. Um with how involved it looks.
Hmm.
Oh, it's just so cute. Anyway, Okie dokie. That is the last game that we are going to talk about for the month of December. Come back to the next episode where we will have our game awards. But before we do our game awards, we will review the games that we spoke about for December and see how they held up to what we had to say about them. Now we are at the end, so let's kick it over to some final thoughts for November and December.
Uh, uh,
Um,
Play more video games.
that. Um, Definitely get some sleep and don't go missing in your sleep.
I have a limerick
Okay.
for my.
For me?
Does it have a title?
No, I mean, I guess I could just call it. I could just title it Mike.
Okay.
There once was a man named Mike. He splits me the way I like. I love how he cups my balls as he pins me against the wall and never spares me with his strikes.
That sounds oddly toxic.
It's a bowling. It's all about bowling.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Splits,
Okay.
balls,
Yeah.
pins,
Mhm.
spares, strikes. Come on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bowling in his bed, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get Mike's review of Brennan's limerick before we go.
Oh, I loved it. I love bowling. And I'm not dirty minded like Haley and thinking it's dirty.
Yeah, it was supposed. Mike and I bowl every now and then. That's what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
Bowling between them sheets. Anyway, that is it for this episode of the pre-review crew. Like I said, come back next month. We got our Game Award show. We'll also review the games we spoke about for December and wrap it up for the end of the year. It's been your girl Haley from the pre-review crew. Come back next month. I think I said that already. Anyway, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we will catch you later. Goodbye. Brennan, you didn't say bye.
Oh fuck. Oh, I did. I forgot. I didn't hit my button. I love you.
There we go.